Right. Hello there. Good, you're good, I'm good, that's good. Let's figure out what's bad and see how we can turn it to good or better. Yes. So we're out here getting better each and every day. Nature. You guys see behind me? It's nature. Amazing. Yes. At any rate, I like to come here to nature on this nature trail walk. Close to the trees, close to the water, the sun, the sky, the dirt. Here's the thing. When I get close to nature, I feel closer to God. Some people ask, how do you know God is real? Well, here's the thing. We can see Him all around us. God is nature. God, He created the nature. The moon, the stars, the sun, the fishes and the water in the sea. Yes, the trees. Yes. So in the morning times, it's good to ground yourself, you see. You plant your feet 10 toes down, nice and firm. And you stand as tall as a tree and you breath work. This is what I've been able to do in my life. And I don't have a perfect routine. I'm the furthest thing from perfect. I'm not a saint. I don't claim to be one. But I work on in all areas of my life to get them better. You see? Now hold on. This camera is being a thing. That's okay. I can hold it right there. You see? We're getting better each and every day. Even recording these videos, I don't really plan out my message, what I'm trying to say. I just say it. I was talking about this morning. The enemy thrives of fear, just like God moves with faith. Yes, you gotta know. So we will choose fear or we will choose faith. Well, here's what I've been able to do. I've been able to choose faith over fear over each and every situation. Yes, I would choose faith over fear each day of this year. Yes, and a lot of times we say to ourselves, well, it's one day at a time. Well, sometimes it's one situation at a time. Sometimes it's one decision at a time. Okay, this is beautiful. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's one idea at a time, one conversation at a time, one people, one relationship you fix at a time. That's right, you're only human. We're only human. But here's the thing. I stay in constant prayer and keep the lines of communication open. Have a strong connectivity to Source, the God of your understanding, to Source. Yes. So the Bible talks about, I remember where my strength lies, where my strength comes from. I look up to the hills and I remember where I realize, I remember where my power comes from. Yes, and it's not from it's not me who's doing, it's within myself. In yoga, say I went to school to become a yoga instructor in California. Yes, and I have my certification as a yoga instructor. Yes, and in yoga, one thing you practice is meditation. Meditation is a form of prayer. You gotta know that? Yes. So it's running, fasting, engaging in cardio, physical activity. All these things are form of prayers. Yes. So at any rate, the word meditation literally means, translate to become familiar with, within. What are you becoming familiar with? Well, when yourself, getting to know yourself. Yes. And by getting to know yourself, here's the thing. I said I want to change myself. And I heard someone said, if you want to change yourself, Brian, you will first have to learn something about yourself. Now, I didn't think this was I didn't think this was an earth-shattering idea, but it certainly makes a lot of sense to me. If I want to change something about myself, I should first learn something about myself. So I discovered that most people don't know themselves. I don't think this will give anybody a brain hernia, but Yes. So the answer is just to get to know yourself. And by getting to know yourself, I pull in a mirror and looking deep down in your eyes and facing your fear and your insecurities and past traumas, your wound, things that you've been through and been hiding it for years in plain sight or underneath your bed or lying about it, being a pathetic liar, a chronic liar, through lying through your teeth. And this is bad because we know that the governor of this world, the system of things, is the enemy. And we know that the enemy is the master of deception. Therefore, the Bible encourages us in Genesis to ask questions. How we should ask questions? What should we think? We should have the mind that of a child minded like. You understand me? So when you break it down, how does a child ask questions? Well, he doesn't know how to stop. He keeps questioning everything, asking. See, children have this thing called curiosity. They will ask their father, why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? Who paved this road? And they will keep asking questions because their curiosity is never satisfied. They're always in a constant, perpetual state of constantly finding out. Now you say knowledge is power, but I beg to differ that knowledge of thyself is self-empowerment. You see? So you first have to get to know yourselves. I don't believe you have to go to the Himalayas and become a guru. But if a person were to sit down and really study themselves, their habits, their practices, their thoughts, their feelings, and really start to figure out how their mind works. Where does these thoughts come from? Yes. So why do you believe that, first of all, so strongly? And then second, where did you get this belief from? Who programmed your mind to believe this certain standard or rule? Was it society? Was it your culture, your background? Was it your parents? Maybe possibly a marriage you are into a relationship time now. Who is it? Is it TV? Is it music? Well, I noticed that if you start studying the word and you will pick up the book and not only read it, but here's a good habit. You have to study. Make it a study. Don't just read it, right? Because knowledge without the execution is pointless. You can read 100 books a month, and if you don't do nothing with all that information, well, it's just setting potential. You see what I'm saying? So knowledge is not power. The execution behind the knowledge is what gives the power. So you have to get up and execute. The Bible talks about faith without works is dead. So not only you have to believe it, believe in God, believe in the dream, we believe in the team, and then if all, we believe in ourselves and our ability to be resilient, to get back up and keep striving forward. So believe is major. Yes. And once you start to read the word and study it, that's where your faith comes from. Your faith comes from this massive studying. It comes from knowledge. It comes from a deep knowing where your faith comes from. If you study, the more you understand, the better. Yes, the more you understand, the better. Someone said, if out of everything you're getting, please do make sure you do get understanding. If there's out of all you getting, get understanding. So this is good. And understanding yourself, that's the first step. But you first have to face yourself in the mirror. Like I said, this is what I've been able to do in my own life. And I've been able to move ahead in many areas in my life. Physically, mentally, financially, and socially, in my relationships. Yes, even my health, my skin, you could see it. You could feel it. Yes. So we have learned that we must ask questions and we must study and we must practice. And our main job in this world is to heal ourselves and give this woman back to the world as a form of sacrifice, like Jesus did, because he led by example. So we will be a living example of him, reflecting his qualities, his mercy, and his love. Yes, therefore, yes. And going back to what I was saying about being a yoga instructor. In yoga, we practice meditation in yoga, yes. And we do poses which activate core strength and muscles. And then we do breath work while holding those poses. And during that action, you will notice a lot of things about yourself. I always say, the fastest way to learn something about yourself is like this. Go on a run, get on a treadmill, and start running, and don't put music on. Leave your headphones at home. Go on a run without music, without headphones, and you will find out exactly how long a minute is. If you want to find out something about yourself, go on a run without headphones. I promise you're gonna find out something about yourself real quick. You understand me? Yes. If you want to make it better, do it while fasting. Yes, fasting activates core strength. It's almost like a survival instinct. You're out there prey, hunting. It's just very primal. There's something about running at 3 a.m. while not having water, food, coffee, internet, social media, not a conversation. It's just a form of prayer. It's very primal. It brings you back to, it's very spiritual. It taps into a different realm, which is good because you're out there, follow me here, practicing breath work, which we do in yoga, yes. And then we're doing right cardio because of the running for long periods of time or miles or distance, right? And vascular because we getting the blood going. Vascular having to do with vein circulation, right? So now we have the whole mind, body, and soul connection. You see where I'm going with this? Now, after the run, you will tap into, your brain will release all these chemicals, all these hormones, known as dopamine, estrogen, adrenaline coming from the fight and flight. Yes? This is good because this is what is called as the runner's high. And it's all your endorphin going wild. This is good.